Hello YouTube, my name is Jack Clark, the Musketeer, going to, just from work, honestly. I've just got back from work, it's nearly midnight, but of course we have an emergency ban list, so no rest for the wicked. So we have a couple of changes, of course, with all emergency ban lists. You would have think it would be a little bit more drastic than this, considering the top 32 of the last major event was entirely Zodiac. But that being said, elderly entity Norden has now been banned. We also have a couple of limits. We have Speedroid Terratop and the grass that looks greener are both now going to be limited. We have a couple of things that are coming off the ban list as well, including Skull Crobat Joker, Wisdom Eye Magician, and Pendulum Call. So the main one, of course, here is Norden. Norden being, of course, the card that makes all of these combos and stuff work in Zodiac. I kind of wish the Zodiac deck had been hit a bit more. I honestly, Rapier is a plague upon society, and it's really quite frustrating me that with 32 of those top spaces being dedicated to some variant of Zodiacs, they didn't actually hit a Zodiac card. But that being said, Norden, of course, did deserve being banned. It was one of those cards that is literally in every single deck, and of course, it's just a combo card. It just extends combos, and of course, being level 4 and being able to facilitate rank 4 combos, it was only going to get worse from here on out. And of course, if you're not going to hit instant fusion, which I don't think Konami want to be doing, then of course you get rid of the prime target for instant fusion. Instant fusion is still plenty playable, but of course it will now be more of a tech choice in certain decks that actually can make use of the fusion outside of it just being a combo piece. So Norden does deserve it. Now of course we also have a couple of limits. So we have Speedroid Terratop, frustrating for Speedroid decks, but I don't think anybody is really that surprised. I mean, you can still play one copy of Speedroid and a single copy of Takaton Borg, but of course this greatly limits the splashability of this card, and of course now we'll only see play in Speedroid decks or Wind Witch decks now, which is good, and it's kind of what it should have been. It's quite frustrating that this card was made so good for the archetype, but it was a bit too good for everything else as well, so that's quite frustrating. The grass that looks greener, also limited. This is a card that I absolutely hated, just in mere principle, just simply because it was a card that just reeked of poor game design. Not even because it was broken, and I mean, yes, it is broken as well, but in addition to the fact that it's just bad gameplay. It's not very kinetic, it's not very ergonomic, in the sense that, of course, to activate the card, both players need to confirm the number of cards in each other's decks, and then activate it and then mill them. So just resolving a single copy of the grass that looks greener takes bloody forever. But it now being limited means that this is a card that's going to be used for more niche decks, and of course you're not going to see as many 60 card variants of everything, which is nice, and it's good. I hope that this is the last we've seen of the grass that looks greener dominating top tier formats, but fingers crossed. Last thing I want to be talking about today, of course, is the Performer Pal Skullback Joker, the Wisdom Eye Magician, and the Pendulum Call coming off the list. Of course, it ain't no monkey board, but I mean, Skull Crobat Joker being the Stratos, the premier searching card for the Performer Pals and the Magician Pendulum archetype, is always nice, and especially coming off from Limited, greatly boost that deck, especially because we're going to have the Link format that will be coming relatively soon this year, so of course it's going to get hit anyway by that, because Pendulum takes a pretty hefty hit from that regardless. Wisdom Eye going to Unlimited is nice as well, just a nice utility card for them. Pendulum Call coming off the list as well is a huge boom for the deck, especially since we're going to be having the Pendulum Evolution supplementary booster pack that will be coming out with all the stuff we should have got from the Pendulum structure deck that the OCG got. So all in all, pretty nice changes. Of course, the elephant in the room being that they didn't actually hit any Zodiac stuff, or, you know, like any cards that actually, you know, deserved it. I mean, like Masterpiece being a card that really does deserve to get hit in some way, shape, or form. Of course, now going to be dominating. But of course, well, you know, it's only just come out, so this doesn't surprise me that Konami haven't hit it, or True Dracos or Zodiacs directly in any real way. But no worries. Either way, thank you so much for watching this video, guys. More videos coming out to you soon, but of course, until then, goodbye.